Very good.
Yeah, have you seen that TikToker? It's like this guy that just dances in his robe.
No, I don't actually have a TikTok that I go on.
I just go on there. I don't post anything. I just go on there just to like
Scroll.
scroll.
Yeah, I still haven't caved to like start scrolling on there yet.
So funny thing, I've had the app since it was called Musically.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
So this app used to be like a legit place for people to go and like share music with each other. So
Weird.
like you'd go on there and you know how like some you know those like those TikTok duets.
Yes.
So that used to be like the main feature of it. It used to be a thing like I could go on there and make like a little guitar part, and then I post it and then somebody will be like, oh, all right, cool. I like the guitar part.
Take
I'm
that
gonna
and like,
that was the whole point of the app. That's how TikTok got started. And then
what? I had no idea about
it
this
was called
actually.
it was called music dot ally, like music ali.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's music dot with like period ali. And
Mm.
then randomly I remember getting an email from this app because like nobody used it. And I got an email from this app and they're like, we're changing our name to TikTok. And I was like, what the fuck? This is weird. Like rebranding or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And then I just kind of like ignored it and I just like stopped using it after a long time. And then I was like, oh, I forgot I had this TikTok account. And so I went back to my original account from before and it was a TikTok account. Now it wasn't Musically anymore. And now it's like all like different. Now it's all like video memes.
Weird. And so they just carried over your account and shit, eh?
Yeah, so I actually had my account before and then I made another one with like Erky Plays. So, but I still have my old account from before. Just like I don't go on there. There's nothing on there. There's no point
And
in
that's been
doing the yeah.
and this has been Eric's TED Talk on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok used to be cool, guys. It didn't used to be what it is now. Look it up if you don't believe
You're
me.
such a fucking hipster, bro. Like motherfucking game delays, we are back with another episode. This is the PodBoyz Advanced Podcast. It's a weekly discussion where we go over the latest in gaming and throw in a little bit of whatever else we want to talk about. My name is Oscar. I'm joined as always by my co-host and best bud.
Eric, what's up?
April Fools.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard it. I
Yeah.
heard it.
Yeah. You pulled up to
Yeah,
the old 8 hour chat.
I did.
What's good, everybody? What's good, Eric? How are you this week?
I'm good, man. I'm chilling. A little tired from the day's activities.
Yeah, so
TBH.
I was about to give a disclaimer that if I seem a little sleepy and my eyes seem a little non-existent,
That's because we are.
yeah, because we're tired and we spent the whole day at like a cannabis, like a weed event, and I consumed a lot of edibles, including like drinkable, like a medicated agua fresca. So I'm pretty like chilling and like
I
sleepy.
partook as well, and we sleepy.
We sleepy boys. This is
We
sleepy
sleepy.
cast. I was telling Eric before we started recording that we've also had a sleepy cast on 8 hour chat before, so it's gonna be an interesting one today.
That's why I'm Shan today.
Yes. Well, Shan, what you drinking?
Today I am drinking a whole lot of hazy IPA, which honestly this is probably gonna knock me out.
Yeah, 100%.
As in like I am gonna be a very sleepy boy after drinking this. So this is it says Citra featuring Citra in the kettle with Mosaic and Cinco dry hops. Whole lot of hoppy IPAs, a complex yet approachable, smooth, refreshing, juicy New England style IPA. A solid haze to satisfy fans of the style and loaded with aroma and flavors. Only a hint of hop bitterness. So maybe it won't be too bitter. And yeah. It's not like a super heavy one either. It's like a 6.7. So
Oh, nice.
kind of chill one, you know.
Nice,
What about you,
juicy,
man?
hazy. Well, first I'm pulling an Eric, and I'm also giving a sparkling water review.
Ah, yes. Oh, I know what this is already.
Yeah, this is non-flavored because I used to, like, when I first started becoming. Oh, you guys know, everyone here on the channel knows, because Bubbly Boys. When I originally started dipping into the sparkling water, I did the flavored stuff. And the more I did that, I started to weed off the flavors. I started to get annoyed of them, so I just started doing the straight stuff. And this is just a straight one, but this is Liquid Death. Found it at 7-Eleven. It's a cool little can. It's got this melting skeleton on it, and yeah, it's sparkling water from the Alps or something, and it's pretty good.
Yeah. It's pretty dope. So I listened to this podcast for fantasy football. So they actually sponsored by Liquid Death. And
okay.
What's really funny is that the cans are so cool looking, and they look like tall cans.
Yeah, they look like
of
tall
beer.
boys. Yeah, I remember the first time this is my first time seeing them. I guess they were handing them out at my little cousin's elementary school.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. That's what I was getting at.
And
little kids with these cans.
My little cousin gets home. My little elementary school cousin gets home, and he's just chilling on the couch, watching his YouTube videos on his Switch, like usual, just drinking one of these cans. And his mom walks in. She gets home from work, and she
flips out
like an Elden Ring boss, just rapid fast slaps it out of his head. What are you drinking? And she looks at it and is like, oh, it's water. So that was pretty hilarious, actually. Yeah, so I'm having one now. It's pretty good. But as far
that was a similar story to what I was gonna get at.
Oh, yeah, similar.
Well, that's what they mentioned in the podcast, that they were giving it to their children.
Oh, okay.
Because it looked hilarious.
Yeah, as far as what I'm actually drinking though, I've got myself had a couple of these just chilling at home, and because they're really good, and I just haven't finished them. So I don't think I brought it on the podcast. It's an Angry Orchard peach mango hard cider, actually. If you want to focus here, sir.
There you go.
Yeah. It's got a pretty cool can too. Got a
little orchard.
It's got like a tree, like an ent or something.
That's an Elden Ring boss right there.
Elden Ring everywhere. It's all we see everywhere, y'all. Even at the event we were at.
The addiction is real, everyone. We were at this, which, mind you, the area we were in we were literally on a mountain. It was really beautiful, and yeah, the view of the canyon that we were up in was awesome, and it literally looked like it was
Limgrave. It was Limgrave.
Yeah,
it was ripped straight from Limgrave. Just a bunch of rolling green fields with a bunch of giant boulders and shit everywhere.
Yep.
And the houses out there are so unique and intricate looking that they look like weird ruins or churches built into the side of that shit.
Yeah,
so
it was really cool.
It looked straight up like an Elden Ring area. It was crazy.
So
all right, well let's crack these open here, man. See what's good out here with these. Although I already know this is delicious. I'm just having myself a treat, actually.
Yeah, I'm the one in for a surprise here. I wasn't, to be frank, I wasn't, after our day's activities, I wasn't too jazzed about having this beer today, but you know what?
Here we are.
We're doing it for the boys.
Doing it for the boys.
This is good. San Diego, California.
Just right by there.
It's a New English Brewing Company is what this where this brewery is from.
Is it juicy like they said? Does it have some sort of like fruitish type of beat at all, or is it just a straight up hazy?
It's a hazy. I do have to say it's good,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel lied to by this label.
Not juicy at all.
It's more hoppy
Mm,
than I thought it would be.
that is misleading.
Yeah,
Because
and
yeah,
it legit says like only a hint of hop bitterness, but no, it's not a hint. It's like actually really hoppy for a
oh,
hazy,
okay.
which is fine. I like the taste of hops, but
Yeah, mine's really good. Like I said, I've already had it like a few times.
Mhm,
I got a 6-pack of it.
mhm.
It's like it's peach mango, but like the flavors combine to create like a very interesting flavor. It's more like reminiscent of like a big stick, the ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Like those big yellow red big
mhm.
sticks.
Even though
Yeah.
those are cherry pineapple, which is a completely different vibe almost. You kind of get that with this, and it's still a little bit sour because it's just because it's cider, you know what I mean? So that's how they come out. So it's pretty dang good.
Yeah, that's
I
interesting.
really dug these. But yeah,
Nice, nice, nice.
all right. The weekly dish because what else? What else could we
What
be
else
playing?
could we have been playing?
Because we haven't because as far as y'all know, we haven't finished it, right? So that's right. We are still absolutely stuck and obsessed on Elden Ring. I haven't played anything.
I
I
haven't
haven't
played
played
anything.
anything else.
I'm
Anything
not even gonna
else.
front. Actually, the only other thing that I've played is just like my Yu-Gi-Oh phone game because it's on my phone. I played that because I can't get Elden Ring on my phone. Otherwise, I would be playing Elden Ring on my phone.
Yep,
TBH.
I have not touched any other game. Like I said, now like I spend most of my time watching like either content I missed, guides on to how to get shit that where I'm still at,
Mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm.
so I don't miss stuff because I'm getting close to the end, or like I watch like my favorite Souls streamer. I'm watching his playthrough because he like plays a completely different style than me or really any of us. He plays like the super up close melee with the big gigantic type of weapons, you know what I mean? Like
The
roll
Unga
everything.
Bungas.
Yeah, so it's interesting to watch him like and he's like he's dope, but he's been a little like salty and a little complaining through his run. Like
Mm-hmm.
saying about how things aren't fair in the game and stuff like that. At times it feels not fair. But that's
Mm-hmm.
also because he refuses to use any Ash summons.
Oh, really? He
Yeah,
refuses to? He just
yeah,
doesn't
he's
want
just
to?
like a purist and he thinks that like yeah,
Ah, I see.
yeah, but and my thing is like I understand the whole being a purist thing, but my argument to that is that while it
It's a mechanic in the
yeah,
game.
yeah, but while it is a Souls game and it is like has that DNA and it is like built around that style, it's still a new game with new mechanics and designed around new things that are included in it, embedded in the old formula. So
It's actually
it's
more
absolutely
of a Souls like.
yeah, and it's absolutely like fair to 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 say or to think that some of the fights were developed with Ash summons in mind because it's a mechanic that they put in there to be intended to be used. You know, they expected you to be finding Ash summons and upgrading them and keeping up with them just like your weapon, like you're upgrading your weapons, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I understand his salt because like you know he's like, oh, it's never been necessary before in other games for it, and everything's just so aggressive in this game that like it feels like there's no like good windows to attack like before. You know, you learn the patterns. They eventually stop their
But you know what
swings.
though? But you know
Elden Ring,
what?
he is right though. They never stop attacking in this
Yeah, they
fucking
don't.
game.
They don't. But you know what though? Like, I guess you could argue in that sense, if you're really a purist, then this is for the purist, it's probably the hardest pure like Souls experience so far, if that's the case. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. According to him, like I said, he's like a super purist, so I kind of take his word for it for those type of people. Um, he says it's an interesting like dynamic because when it's a real unique interesting boss like the shard bearers and stuff,
Yeah.
it is super awesome and like the series at its peak and the best it's been. And also yes, harder than all the other ones, like with like he was walled on Melania for 10 hours straight and he was just too stubborn to ever switch anything up type of thing, you know what I mean? He's like, no,
Wow.
I'm gonna beat her my way type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
um but at the same time, he says that there's points where it's also the easiest Souls game by far because of like all the like the little easy mini bosses and all the mini dungeons and all that stuff and all the little repeated bosses that you see all over the place and everything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
He says it's at some in some dynamics, at some points it's the easiest, and at some points it's like the hardest. He says it's hard to really quantify, you know what I mean?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean this game is fucking great.
But yeah, update. I this morning actually, I beat Moog
Lord of
and
Blood, Lord of
I
Blood.
beat the fire giant. So now I'm gonna I feel like I'm getting close. I've almost beat all. I think that's how many. What do I have left?
Um,
Millennia, the other Moog.
Optional bosses: Melania, the other Moog, the twin-headed dragon,
Mm-hmm,
Palisadubitex or something.
that guy. And then is that it?
Spintax. His name is
Oh
Spintax, the
no.
dragon.
Oh no. Oh no.
I think that's it, optional wise, and then other than that, you just got the what's left of the game bosses, which is a few.
Yeah.
The
Damn.
mm, yeah, so I'm a little bit
This is
farther
the
than you
farthest, right? But this is the farthest I've ever gotten in a Souls
in
game
any
by
Souls
myself.
game. You
Well,
like,
arguably not by myself because I did have some help with a couple bosses, but
sir,
like
you
I'm proud of myself, man.
I'm proud of
I'm proud
us
of
too. I'm
us.
proud
I'm
of
proud of
us, man.
us.
Because I never thought I'd be this far. I never thought I would have beaten all five of the main bosses and even moved on to like the super hard optional ones and take it like because Eric still has yet to clear something that I'm pretty proud of clearing this week. Because I took down Melania, which a lot of people consider to be the hardest boss in any Souls game ever to date.
Hmm.
So I
I
mean,
I'm on my way there. So
I Godspeed, sir. Godspeed. I'm also on the flip side. I beat her in 4 attempts because I got super fucking lucky with like some bleed stacks and staggers in the second phase. So I
mhm.
think I just got lucky because I four tried her. But on the flip side, I've also turned around and been trying to help one of our friends, Chad, beat her with another one of our friends. We've been like triple teaming it,
Yeah.
and she won't die for him, bro. Like it's been like 2 or 3 times that that he gets her to a pixel of health, and she will not go down for him, bro. She's just refuses.
Wow.
So I hope you have an easier go than good old Chedediah.
Oh, poor Jedediah. Shout outs to Chad.
Shout out to that boy
Yeah, I
Chad.
tried helping. So last night I actually I hopped on for a bit and tried playing. We tried to help each other with Moog.
Mm-hmm.
At the time I kind of tweaked my build a little bit and
Yeah.
so now I'm like blood samurai but with like some spells and some dragon stuff going on.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to the club. I'm also a
So
samurai boy I'm mainly a magic boy who also uses OP katanas.
yeah, so that's where my build is. But before I was just like straight up like physical, like melee
Mm-hmm.
and magic. Like like I was using Moonveil for a while, but Moonveil wasn't cutting it anymore. Which is
Oh, it still definitely cuts it. I switch off like pretty regularly between the two.
I feel like it depends on the bosses that I'm like playing against.
Yeah,
Because the cool
usually.
thing that Moonveil does is that it's like I used it against the Everjail for the Night Assassin
Oh
Everjail.
yeah, yeah, the Black Knight leader. Yeah.
I used Moonveil because it has a really like vertical heavy that launches, and I was able to catch that particular boss in like in the air, so
Yes, and
it
knock her
would catch,
down. Yeah.
yeah, and then I could go and attack her more, which
Also,
that made
yeah,
it super easy.
that attack in particular, the art, the special R2 that it does, that one's really good at breaking postures. It's good at taking enemies down in the air. It does a lot of damage, and the range on it carries for a really long distance, so you can hit them from. So basically, I think mainly how my playstyle is I'm running around. If I can, target you from far away and pick them off with magic, I will. and I'm running around with the moon veil mostly in dungeons, like as I'm making my way to a boss, because so that way I can if someone pops up in front of me, like and like it's all of a sudden a super close encounter, I just moon veil them real quick, and that kind of stuns their animation. That's how I make my way through the dungeon. Then once I get to the boss, I need just like damage and like take them down quick. Then I switch over to the rivers of blood for the boss usually. Is how I've
Yeah,
been doing
Rivers
it.
of Blood is amazing.
Yeah, it really is. It's fun to use too.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Yeah, but yeah, again, we could every week we could just harp on
Every
and on
week.
and on. But update. Eric provided his update. I beat Melania. I beat Moog. I'm hunting down the other Moog right now, and then I'm pretty much going for the final stretch. Except I already beat the. Oh, I also already beat the optional two-headed dragon, and I beat the boss of Farum Azula. It's a pretty dope boss fight whenever you get there.
Sick.
Malekith the Black Blade is the name of the
Sounds
fight.
intense.
It's great. It's a dope fight. But yeah, man, we can start moving into our three topics this week. It was kind of a light news week. I mean, some stuff happened, but not stuff that I feel like we would really care about. So kept it light this week.
Also, I personally was very wary of all news because April Fool's was
Yes.
this past Friday.
I
So
talked about it on fucking 8-hour chat. I hate April Fools and the day before because now they do long cons and start setting shit up from like the night before.
yeah,
You know, like,
I will
can't-
say the one that was really pretty great was the Razor one.
I
Did
didn't
you-
even.
did
No,
you
I
see
didn't.
that?
I stayed the hell off of the internet, bro.
Oh my god, dude, that one actually was
Razer,
funny.
the computer accessory company.
Yeah. So they they put up a video talking about like this beta test for a full body immersion suit, and they were like, step into the metaverse, and they're like, just like, you know how like those tech companies make those videos, it's like 1 million like talking about a screen, 1 million microfiber
Oh,
stitched.
yeah.
That kind of thing. So they kind of poked fun of that, and then it's a pretty funny video. If you get a chance to see it, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I'll try and find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we can start with some sad news because sad but expected news for me. I think I talked about it on here a couple times, and I'd never expected this game to come out this year fully, really, you know what I mean? But Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 delayed to 2023. Nintendo put up a sad little black backdrop video earlier in the week with series producer Eiji Aonuma, basically just saying that in order to like provide more polish and give us the best adventure possible, they're going to be taking some more time to like make sure they really get it right and all that type of stuff, which we've talked about on here countless times. We always appreciate, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but he does give a little bit of information. He says, as previously announced, the adventure in the sequel will take place not just on the ground as in the previous game, but also in the skies above. However, the expanded world goes beyond that, and there will be an even wider variety of features you can enjoy, including new encounters and gameplay elements. In order to make this game's experience something special, the entire development team is continuing to work diligently on this game, so please wait a little longer. But,
hey man,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm just kidding. Delays for a reason. Look at Elden Ring.
Exactly.
Elden Ring is a prime example of make your product good and we will come to your product.
12 million copies in like a week or something. You know what I mean? So go off, Elden Ring. But while it did get delayed and there wasn't anything like a crazy new trailer or anything showed, as they did show a bunch of new footage just chopped up in between like the old footage. They showed like Link's completely new design. If you scroll down in the article I sent you here, and my man Link's looks fucking dope, bro. He went full anime protagonist.
Yeah, he's full on anime protagonist.
Rocking the long hair.
He's got some tats.
Cool ass freaking curse tat arm. The Master Sword seems to be like broken and infected with some sort of thing. Zelda like content creators and theory videos and all this stuff, they're eating this week, even though it was just like random little glimpses and screenshots type of thing. Like they have a lot to analyze and go through that they can,
They
really,
can
really go
make
nuts with.
1,000 videos about this.
Exactly. So I mean, no big update, a delay, but at least something for the people to chew on a
At
little
least
bit. You know
it's
what I mean?
news.
Yeah.
At least
So,
it's news.
and yeah, I mean, the first one was kind of like a groundbreaking type of experience, similar to what we're seeing with Elden Ring this time around. So I'm pretty sure they know what people are expecting of this, and they really want to take the time to make sure they if it's probably impossible to capture that type of lightning in a bottle again, you know what I mean? But they want
Yeah.
to at least do their best to try and get close, I feel,
That, or at least, I feel like they at least got to deliver on the same level. Like, if it's like, even if it's not something that's super like groundbreaking, it should at least be like a build upon the previous game rather than it just be like the same game over again. You know what I mean? So I think that's important too.
Fair. But yeah, I mean, it'll come out when it comes out next year. Now is looking like it. People are speculating that it's gonna drop around the same time that the first one dropped in March with a Switch Pro. Here we go again. You know what I mean? But we'll just have to wait and see. And I said we were gonna start off with sad news, but we're actually continuing with some more sad news because E3 2022 has officially been canceled, sir.
I thought this was an April Fool's joke.
No, man. I think this was announced well before April. Yeah, it was announced the day before on the 31st. You thought it was one of those long cons like I was talking about earlier where they set it up the day before? No, man. It was canceled not just in person, but also digitally. There's just gonna be no E3 this year.
Damn.
And that's after having no event in 2020, a digital one last year. So it's already been shaky with the ESA. And I don't know, man. I think they had already canceled it in person. They were looking to do a digital show. But like we've talked about a couple times before, like companies don't really need that type of thing anymore. They can just post their video on YouTube, post their video on Twitter, and get just as many views, just as much hype without needing to pay the ESA millions of dollars to show up to their event. You know what I mean?
Nintendo Directs, Sony Directs, like that kind of changed everything. Like we're getting like our news from like horse's mouths.
Yeah, directly from the source, directly to our screens at whatever time they
at our convenience.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
we don't have to wait around for E3 to make an announcement. It's just all around. I kind of feel like it's kind of better because E3 was cool, but there was always like this like shroud of like mystery around it around that time, like, oh, I wonder what they did in E3, and then we hear the like someone that didn't go gets the news afterward.
Yeah, but also like I don't know what I've heard like from the other side of it too, that like it's also bad for the industry in a way because what I hear from like there's a content creator named the Modern Mitch's Gamer who's actually a developer and like people like from podcasts I've heard who are actually like in the industry and go every year. Actual in-person meetings are very hard to like set up and organize and come by in the gaming industry because everybody's always so spread out.
That makes sense
a
too.
lot of deals, a lot of games, a lot of like agreements between companies, a lot of smaller indie studios would get funding. They'd get to meet with bigger developers and like projects would happen in back rooms and back dealings and shit would happen.
That's a very good point, which I didn't think about.
Yeah, and that's what actual people in the industry are saying is gonna be missing, what's gonna hurt the industry, because people are gonna have less opportunities to meet in person, less opportunities to basically create opportunities. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I could see that. But at the same time, like one could argue that even though it's hard for people to meet like in person because of the distance, like our world is changing and anything can be done virtually. Like this podcast, for instance, we hardly we don't meet. I mean, we meet because we know each other, but we wouldn't really need to meet in person every week,
Mm-hmm.
to like make a podcast. Same thing with like any company. Like now with the way technology is going, like you don't really have to be there. Like look at all the video game companies that went full remote, Like I feel like that while that's true, I feel like even if it's canceled and they're not getting that opportunity, like it's not like it's completely off the table,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, also like the world is changing and adapting, but you got to keep in mind, like, especially you should get it since you kind of deal with this on a daily basis, because like, does anybody from your work listen to this? Does anybody from your work listen to this?
I don't know. I try to keep the work talk light because of that.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say, like, because you said before like that you're odd at like how many people you work with that have like crazy degrees and like doctorates and PhDs but don't know how to work a Zoom call.
No, I get
I'm
that. That's
sure it's the
true.
same in the industry. I'm sure that, like, these
I
people
don't
are
know about that
so
though.
hyper focused that,
I don't know
bro,
about that.
I kind of do, because we're seeing how bad the industry was fucked by COVID and everyone switching to remote, that we're still feeling the repercussions
I
of
guess that's
delays and
true.
effect, because guess what? They tried it and everyone was a fucking idiot about it and couldn't get it figured out for so long.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, but what
That's
I'm saying is like, I feel like at that point, like I feel like it's been a learning curve. At this point, if you don't know how to use like at least Zoom or maybe even like FaceTime on your phone, if you don't know how to do that or do some kind of video conferencing thing, like as a company, I feel like you're already behind.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it just opens so many doors for even like I said, for any company to just be able to like collaborate with people across the globe if needed,
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't have to make those expensive trips to other countries. They don't have to send their workers on these business trips because they could just have the meetings virtually,
No,
you
that's
know?
fair. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm saying like I because like I said, because I've heard it from people in the industries, like something
No,
about
I get
something
it.
about the in-person meeting is different and special
Oh
to
yeah,
the
for sure,
industry.
for
You know what I
sure.
mean? So my thing is like maybe they could bring it back or keep it going, but basically revert it to how it was before and keep it kind of like a closed door industry only event, so it's
Right.
not as big of a scandal, not as expensive, and people they can choose to have a live stream event anyway, because that's the way of the world now. They can live stream whatever presentations they have
Right,
there
right, right. Yeah,
while
I
not
agree.
having to
Totally
open it
agree.
to the public and like making it a whole spectacle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I totally agree for
yeah.
sure. Yeah, I mean, there's two sides to that, and I'm not discrediting like the importance of like meeting in person.
Mhm.
I just feel like while that is important, like the world is going away from that a little bit, especially when it comes to like business.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
So that's why I feel like I do understand that it's important to meet in person, but also it's not like these people's opportunities are completely gone because of that.
Yeah,
Also, it's just one event. It's not like there's not like several events out there that do this now as well,
I
you
mean,
know?
yeah, but it was the
It
biggest,
was the big one. It
the
was
most celebrated. It was the one that like fucking normie media covers E3, like regular ass like fucking New York Times, and like normally they don't cover any sort of video game stuff, but like they'll be there for E3 for some reason. You know what I mean? It was
yeah.
like a big deal, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it was like the Coachella of gaming.
Yeah, so I feel
Yeah, I
bad.
get it.
I feel a little sad that it's going. Like, and while I heard like from people like firsthand experience of people who've gone that it kind of sucked to be there, it's just like lines, sweaty people, and lines, and like bad food from food trucks. Like, I still like feel a little sad that I never got to go. You know what I mean? At least
Yeah,
once.
yeah. I feel the same. Like it's definitely something that would have been like an experience.
Hmm.
It's kind of like a comic convention, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not the same until you actually go to something like that. So I get it. I do get it, you know. So it is a little sad, but I mean, what are you gonna do, you know? Like these kind of things happen and things change over time, you know. Woodstock
hmm,
isn't around for that, you know, like that's what I'm, you know, you get what I'm saying though? Like,
I do.
yeah.
But yeah, man, E3's not looking too hot anymore, man.
Well, we'll see what happens next year. Because there's always that thing that people do, you know, like, oh, I guess we're not having it this year, and then they bring it back even bigger and better, and it's all this PR. E3 is coming back, you know.
Hmm.
So
But yeah, we can move on to our last topic here. And that, Eric, is pertaining to Sony because guess what? Spartacus was real. And it's been announced as the new PlayStation Plus Extra and PlayStation Plus Extra and
premium.
Premium. Yeah, are the two new tiers. So pricing is going to be changing if you want to upgrade to the new stuff and get the extra new benefits. So you can keep the PlayStation Plus Essential, which
Which is what everyone's paying
what
right
everyone's
now.
currently paying. It's $10 a month, $60 per year if you buy it in bulk or whatever. Provides the same benefit that PlayStation Plus members are getting today, such as 2 monthly downloadable games, exclusive discounts, cloud storage for saved games, and online multiplayer access. No changes in pricing for that. So if you don't want to deal with any of the shenanigans, you don't have to. Then it goes to Plus Extra, provides all the benefits from the Essential tier and adds a catalog of up to 400 of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games, including blockbuster hits from PlayStation Studios catalog and third-party partners. Games in the Extra tier are downloadable for play. So you can download a bunch more PS4 and PS5 games, similar to like, I guess like a Game Pass type of thing, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then the big one. Oh, actually, let me talk about the pricing on this one. This one is $15 a month or $100 a year. So,
Oof.
oof, already getting a little steep there. And that's not even providing the big feature that everyone was like super excited looking forward to. These motherfuckers locked behind PlayStation Premium provides all the benefits from the essential and extra tiers and adds up to 340 additional games, including PS3 games
Damn.
available via cloud streaming.
Mm.
So they got PS3 on there, but not how anyone wanted it. And a catalog of beloved classic games available in both streaming and download options from the original PlayStation, PS2, and PSP generations. Offering cloud streaming access for original PlayStation, PS2, PSP, and PS4 games offered in the extra and premium tiers and markets where PlayStation Now is currently available. Customers can stream games using PS4, PS5 consoles, and PC.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh. That's
oh,
interesting.
that's really interesting. Fuck.
That
I
kind
was,
of,
I was getting ready to shit all over this. Fuck.
but wow, okay. PlayStation games on PC?
Not, yeah, up to PlayStation 1 through 4, including PSP.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. Time limited game trials will also be offered in this tier, so customers can try select games before they buy, which is also kind of cool, I guess. But Nintendo does that for free. So this one is $17.99 a month or $120 a year.
Well, okay. How much is Game Pass Ultimate?
The price of the second tier.
Is it $100 a month for
No,
12 months?
it's $14.95 a month. Is Game Pass Ultimate is $14.95 a month. So
what does that come up to, like, per year? Math boys right now. I got it. Hold on. It comes out to $14.95 per month. It comes out to $179.40. Sir.
So what?
100. Oh fuck! I just closed it.
147 and 47.
No. So 14.95, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that'd be times 12. That's $179.
Okay.
So in that sense, if you're including the PC stuff, I don't know, man.
But
it
also,
seems
but
kind of
no,
worth
hold
it.
on.
But also depends on what that means.
Hold on, because I think Game Pass might do it. Because if you see, they offer the discount if you get the year. I wonder, Game Pass might do the same thing.
I found it right now. Game Pass is $96 for a 12-month and $134 for Game Pass Ultimate for 12
Okay.
months.
Okay, so it's not so they do provide a bit of a discount then. So
Yeah.
all
So
right.
yeah, it's about like $40 off, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not bad if
Yeah.
you get like the whole yearly subscription, but it's around the same ballpark, right?
Around the same ballpark, yeah. But PS3 games are streamed.
That's the only thing that I'm like, that sucks.
And also the PC, and yes, we're excited about the PC thing, but the PC thing isn't downloaded. It's also streaming.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So yes, you can get them on PC, but
well, I think we'll see how this goes. See what they actually end up offering as content wise, because we can sit here and talk about the price this whole time and what they offer, but until we see how the content is provided and what content is actually provided, like, what does that mean? We can play all our PlayStation 5 games on PC or stream these games on PC, or what does this mean? Like, what games are even going to be ported
First
over?
of all,
what?
the streaming, the PC one where it says PC, it just says up to PS4, so not PS5.
Oh, okay. So only
you can't
PS4.
stream PS5. Yeah, up to
okay.
PS4. Yeah. So,
okay.
So I don't know. I mean, interesting. I don't think I'm going to be upgrading though. Honestly.
I think I'll probably won't do the premium, but I'll probably do the extra. Because of the reason I say that is because they have the PS5 games for $14.99 per month. Oh, actually, they have like the catalog of extra PS5 games.
Yeah.
So I'm down for free PS5 games because they expensive.
They are expensive, yeah.
So if we're getting a free PS5 game,
well, again, like you said, I think we have to see what actually ends up being.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I buy this extra, like, if it provides any kind of discount for PS5 games to do any of these two tiers, because they do that for like there's some digital downloads. So if that's a thing, I might be kind of tempted to do it because I don't want to pay $70 full price for a PS5 game ever, really, because that kind of sucks, like the extra $10, like. But if there's going to be a discount associated to it, then maybe it's worth the extra money to just pay that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's the way I think. It seems more of a value to get a discount on something that's going to cost me $70 if I'm just going to pay like a one-time cost thing, So I don't know. We'll see what's up. What do you think, man?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna be messing with it at all. Like, I don't know. Like,
I feel like I spend more time on PS5 than you do too, though.
A little bit more, yeah. But and also, like, remember, I've gotten into like, I've been like kind of jaded by game releases recently. So I'm kind of in a spot where, like, for example, like even Kirby, I didn't cop it day one anymore, or Triangle Strategy, like. I'm like games drop in price like so fast nowadays. Like I feel
That's
like
true.
I even if they provide some sort of discount, it's not going to be like $40. Like you end up finding it like a couple of weeks later. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
In
yeah.
some
That's
cases.
what I'm trying to say.
So
Like, I don't know.
so I think I'm just gonna keep paying what I already pay and keep downloading the free monthly game and just enough so I can still go online and play with the homies type of thing. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm
Yeah,
gonna do
for
all this other
sure.
stuff. Because like to be real, if I wanted to play any of these other games, I'll just fucking download an emulator.
True. Well, that's why that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want to do the extra
Premium one. Yeah.
premium one. I would just do like the middle tier just because I don't care too much for the streaming and for the like retro gaming, which is cool for people that are into it, but I don't feel like there's so much stuff coming out now that it's like I don't really have time to go back,
Yeah, exactly.
you know? So
So
it's
I
all
don't
good
know.
if I don't know. Yeah. I feel like it's a good and bad situation, you know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the pricing did seem a little wild to me at first, but yeah, after doing the whole Game Pass Ultimate comparison, yeah, it's all right. I
Yeah.
mean, so, well, yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for us here on the podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining us. If you made it all the way to the end, you are a true E3 veteran, and we will all cry together because we never got to go. If you want to
But how
find
are
me
they
on the
a
internet,
veteran if they
what?
how are they a veteran of E3 if they
Because we've been following it since we were children, Eric.
Oh, I see. Okay, I get it. Okay.
And through magazines and G4 and whatever we
Yes,
could
true.
find on the internet on
Okay,
IGN, you know what I mean?
fair enough, fair.
Yeah. If you want to find me on the internet, you can find me at Knife Life Osk, Knife Life OSC. Check out my other podcast, 8 Hour Chat. This past week, I forgot what we talked about this past week, but it was probably a fun time. We did an April Fool's joke where we pretended to be this podcast, which was fun.
Yes,
So check it out. You can find that anywhere that you find this one is 8 Hour Chat, except video. There's no video for that one as of now. But yeah, if you want to find Eric on the internet,
If you want to find me on the internet and talk about how water is wet, you can find me as Erky Plays everywhere. So
awesome. If you want to find us together, you can find us at the PodBoyz Advanced Twitter. Make sure you join the Discord and submit a question to be featured in an episode. And other than that, that's gonna do it for us. My name is Oscar.
I'm Eric.
We've been the PodBoyz Advance, and we will see you guys next time. Later. Don't eat the apple pie. I'm very sleepy.
Yeah. Don't eat wet apple pie.